We're gonna do some Spilo. Okay. Yeah, I'll do a little bit of Spilo because I don't really have time for hammer time, really. Because hammer time was gonna take more time. Hammer time I have to sit through and like finish the VOD. Spilo I can just do like 10 minutes and walk away. Okay, we will get my epic pen pulled up. Okay. So if I'm Ryan on first point Anubis and playing defending into double snipers to their teams that make the rotation to the right side. Okay, so we'll actually can pull this up. Give me a second. This is a good question. This is a really good question. Sun. Are Genji changes good? I don't know. I feel like the deflect increase is kind of crappy, and the deflect cancel anytime is also not something I'm a fan of either. I think the shuriken buff is decent, but I don't think the deflect changes should go through. Like, part of the fun with Genji is like the ability to like wall climb cancel, but I like added an extra little layer of difficulty. I also think they might have. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to talk too much about balance because that's not something I know a lot about, and my opinions change depending on the situation. Okay, so the question was, who asked this question? Monkey. Okay, Monkey is in here. Monkey, are you still in here? Okay, the question was, I'm playing right here, right? The enemy team goes in through here, okay? Right? But they're running double sniper, so they're Widow, Ashe, Hanzo, whatever, stay in main, and then when I hold here to defend, right, against this choke here, my backline gets shot because the backline is facing. The backline just gets picked off by here because I can't turn my shield this way and this way at the same time, right? So, what's the answer, chat? What's the answer? If you can't, if they're leaving people behind here, they're leaving snipers behind and coming into the right side, and you're playing here and your backline's gonna get picked off as Ryan, what should you do? Yep. I mean, Coach Metal's a coach for a reason, right? He knows his stuff. If they're leaving people behind here, you just need to crash. You need to go in here, kill them. What are Widow, Hanzo, and Ashe going to do in here? They're committing 2 people at least to leaving this behind. Help, I'm stuck. Okay, they're leaving at least 2 people in here. Screw them. Go kill them in here. Literally, run right through the store and go kill them in Mega. You take the 6v4 or the 6v5. Just say, guys, I'm going in. They're leaving snipers behind. I'm gonna push right into them. Just go in. And in the snipers, they're either gonna they're most likely, depending on the rank, they're gonna kind of sit here and try and help their team, which is the worst thing they could do. Or they're gonna have to deepen. They're gonna come through mini. They're gonna come up through here and try and shoot you in the back here. But if they're too slow to do that, then they're still AFK. So if somebody on the okay, this is just a general rule. If you're a tank and the enemy team takes an off angle that you cannot contest or stop them from taking, rush core. Rush the other side. If you can't stop them from doing this. You can't stop. You can't go, I'm gonna throw a fire strike at them. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't stop them from doing that, right? So if they're splitting off really hard, like maybe they send their Tracer all the way behind here, maybe they send their Widowmaker up here, maybe they send like a Lucio on the flank up here with a Tracer. Like, what are you gonna do? Chase a Lucio Tracer? Go get the Widow? Okay, you can't deal with either of these off angles, so rush the other one. Just run in there. Go kill him. That's it. It's not easy to do, but that's your only option. Just go ghosts, yeah. I wouldn't even fall to point. Fall to point, you give up the entire map. I wouldn't do that. How much should Echo be trying to flank into the enemy backline? I think it's just shoot off him. I think it's better just off-angling like Hanzo. I generally am of the opinion that off-angling like Hanzo is generally better unless the fight is devolved. Like, It's a lot like Diva. Off angle, off angle, off angle, off angle, off angle. And then like once the fight gets really messy and you guys are going in really hard, or the enemy team is going in really hard, then you can go in really, really greedy, right? It's hard for you to stay permanently in the backline like a Tracer or Sombra because you just don't have the cooldowns for it, and you're not quite as mobile as they are. But like you can go backline to just generally like later in the fights and as fights get more involved. Have a nice Memorial Day weekend. I did. I think. Can't remember. It's been a long time. The founder of schools esports brands, trying to teach them the important things like the esports process, reviews, setup, gameplay, scrims, study, etc. We are a smaller school, and the students that are passionate about the respective titles, including myself, and make the next step to esports coaches, managers, casters, and players. What's the best way to get experience in the esports workforce? Just do it. I don't know anything about management and casters at all, so I'm not the guy to really be asking about that. But for coaches and players, you just need to get on a team, start practicing, maybe get some content, some analysis, some educational content out there, and just go. Like you just go. I'm not really the best person to be asking about that, because the way I did it is I just found teams and messaged everybody until I found a team that wanted me, and then I just went from there. But I don't know much about casters and managers. If your goal is to become a better player, joining a team and investing worth making if you're at a lower elo. I mean, I think I answered this question yesterday, but if you could find a team, yes. It doesn't make you tilted, yes. The problem is the reason why I don't always recommend it is it's generally very hard to find a team at lower elos. What are the pros and cons in elo, and which makes more sense? There's really no cons. The only con is if it takes too much time to find a team. Finding a team to play for is always a pro. Unless the team is like racist and stuff, and that might be a little bit of a con. But like generally, like there's no cons. It's just finding a team. Like technically, if the team is like super toxic or something like that, then yeah, maybe. But like that would assume would be the vast minority of situations. If they have a Widow and Junk and the Junk is with this team, you'll get rolled as Ryan, you push in, right? I mean, it will be hard, yeah, but remember, they're still down one, and you have 6. Like a 6 versus 5 into a Junkrat is better than nothing. And if they leave just Widow behind, Widow by herself is not as scary for main. The question was specifically if they have both snipers leave behind. So yes, it is scarier to push in there against a Junkrat. Maybe I wouldn't push in there against a Junkrat if they only have Widow behind. But if it's a Widow and Hanzo behind, or Widow and Ashe behind, or Widow with a Mercy pocket behind, then yeah, then go. Because they either are committing to the core or they're committing to the off angle. Either one is going to be stronger than the other. If it's just a Hanzo by himself, not super scary. You don't have to rush core. But if it's a Widow and a Hanzo or an Ashe or Mercy, then yeah, you're fine to do it. And Platinum, I joined a team that is helping me a lot. Sweet. Racist team on Kess, yeah. Do you think that a workshop mode is effective as a practice mode for auto mechanics? Nope. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sure it's okay. I mean, this looks fine. I mean, there's probably like, I don't know when you'd have a high noon floating down from up high, but yeah, this is fine. This doesn't look bad. The movement seems a little bit more realistic, I guess. Well, being hacked is probably kind of annoying, but this looks okay. Ultimately, though, it still is not as good as like just ranked, but it's okay as a warm-up or something like that. How do I push left side of Anubis attacked into Ashe Junk as Ryan? You go main or right. You can't go left into Ashe or into Junkrat. Into Ashe, a little bit less scary, but you legit can't go left into Junkrat. You can't do it. As Tracer, should I be trying to use both more for difficult sets, or if they have some damage things? Like one? Both is fine. Depends on the situation. If they're playing like Moira Lucio, like generally just go for tanks. If they're playing like on a Zen or like a Brig or something like that, generally you can get the stick of the Brig. A lot of it is just like, hey, that Orisa doesn't have Fortify. They have a Brig, they have a Zen, but that Orisa is no Fortify and has no shield. I'm gonna stick the Orisa instead, even though they have good squishies to stick. So just look at the situation. Don't force it either way. But do recognize when it's like Moira or Lucio, that makes that a lot less attractive, going for supports. We'll do like 1 or 2 more. Can you go over Ana positioning on Busan Sanctuary? I have a lot of difficulty in that one, especially when I have to play. I have to skip this one. Yeti, can you actually copy and paste this question and re-ask it? Okay, let me do this one. I'll answer this one. These 2 I'll have to get back to because I'm out of time. When am I getting my UA tryout? Yeah. All right, we're gonna call it there. We're gonna toss the host over to Overwatch School. Looks like he's doing some VOD reviews. Tell him I said hello. I will see you guys most likely tomorrow. I will get back into the other questions later on. Roar, ask that question in Discord. I will answer any other questions in Discord. Most likely we'll have time to do some Ask Spilo tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Spilo out.